Hello there everyone, Dr. Suneel Dhand, internal medicine physician. Let's talk discharge instructions that we give our patients when they leave the hospital. And I'm not going to mince words here. I believe the discharge instructions that thousands of patients are getting all over the country every day are absolutely atrocious. Let me back up here and explain. A few years ago, before the widespread adoption of electronic medical records, we simply used to give our patient a list of handwritten instructions telling them what to do next. And this wasn't ideal. Doctors' handwriting is not known for being perfect and very legible. Over the last several years, we've had the widespread adoption of electronic medical records. Now everything is computerized and printed out that way. And I've worked in different states, I've worked in dozens of different hospitals, and I've worked with every type of electronic medical record as well. And it's been my universal experience that the discharge instructions that are printed out are terrible. It will be reams of paperwork, several pages long. You can't make head or tail of it. It's complete mishmash. The writing will be this big. I mean, how are elderly patients supposed to read and understand this? Literally no thought or common sense has gone into it. And where this becomes a problem is that discharging a patient is actually quite a dangerous time when you think about it. Patients, especially elderly ones who are medically complex, are still very fragile. And it's absolutely imperative that they know what needs to happen when they leave the hospital, who they need to follow up with, etc. And I call this the discharge haze. Patients will leave the hospital and there'll be a lot of confusion over what comes next, and then questions will be thought of after they're out of the hospital door. And this is not a good situation. What I've resorted to doing as a way around this, because I'm so frustrated with electronic medical records, is that I simply copy and paste the main instructions from the computer onto a Word document. And I've got an example here of what is printed out, and it's very simple and straightforward. It's in big writing, it's spaced out, the patient's name, the diagnosis, and then what needs to happen next, who they should follow up with, what labs need to be done, what imaging needs to be done, what to do if things go wrong. And I've had very good feedback from patients. They're literally delighted to receive this, and literally takes 30 seconds to do. That's it, to copy and paste it over to a Word document, print it out, and then we give it to the patient, instead of this horrible computerized printout that they're getting. What I would advise any doctor to do who sees this same issue that I'm seeing is consider doing the same thing for your patients. No patient should walk out of the hospital unclear about what happens next. And this is an example of a very simple and straightforward area where we're falling down in healthcare. Thanks very much for listening. Dr. Suneel Dhand, internal medicine doctor. Follow me on MedStoic Lifestyle Medicine on YouTube and Facebook. We will speak again next time.